And here's your host, Steve Schindler.
Yeah! Woo! Hey! It is time for the morning wake-up here on Steve Shetler Media. A good morning to you on this Thursday. We are officially into the month of February. So welcome to the second month of the year. We got through January. We survived all the cold temps, all the snow here in southeast Iowa, and we get into the month of February. Did you like the beginning? The little intro video with all the hearts. It's much more uplifting to look at visually than the snow and the wind and all that in that January, that nasty January video. So, yeah, we're into the hearts of Valentine's Day here in February on the morning wake up. Let's get a look at our forecast. It's brought to us by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. They're located at 105 South Jefferson. 641-622-3191 is the number to call. Get a hold of Cindy, and you can stop in and take advantage of the hours Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 9 to noon. They've got spring merchandise coming in. They've got Valentine's Day covered for you. If you need something for Valentine's Day, whether it's roses, whether it's a card, whether it's a gift, Garden Gate has you covered. So stop into Garden Gate for Valentine's Day. It's coming up on Wednesday, February 14th. For today, look at this forecast. This is a nice forecast to read. It's nice and easy. It's beautiful. Snow continues to melt away. Sunshine today, a high around 52. Southwest winds only about 5 miles per hour. So, man, what a day today. Partly cloudy tonight, low of 35. Tomorrow, yeah, a lot like today. Partly sunny and 48. A little bit more windy tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, partly cloudy, a low of 34. Saturday, again, a nice day, partly sunny, and a high of 49. Our current conditions here in southeast Iowa, humidity at 89%. Southwest winds right around 5 miles per hour. Barometric pressure 29.91. And currently 39 degrees here in southeast Iowa. Your weather brought to you by the Garden Gate here in Sigourney. Coming up later on today, right around noon, we will put up our question of the day. It's brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa. Amy's going to be celebrating their 18th anniversary. Man, been around for 18 years. That'll be coming up on February 12th. That'll be a Monday. So I know they're planning on some specials, some good stuff going on at Amy's Salon House and Spa. You can call or text for an appointment at 641-622-3772, 202 North Main, for hair and spa services, extensions, products, tanning. The question of the day that'll go up at noon today is, who remembers Schoolhouse Rock? Now, this is a viewer-requested question of the day, so we'll see how this goes over. Who remembers Schoolhouse Rock? I do. And what episode or character was your favorite on Schoolhouse Rock? Of course, you had the Bill. Or it was a hairy bear. It was a scary bear. All those old classic Schoolhouse Rock episodes that you would see during cartoon time. So that'll be your question of the day that goes up later on today. Hey, make sure we're down to the nitty-gritty on the voting for this week's Athlete of the Week, brought to us by Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics. And you can get your vote in for your favorite high school athlete from around the area. We've got all sorts of athletes on there from all sorts of sports and all sorts of high schools. So get your votes in. We'll be announcing our winner tomorrow right here on the Morning Wake Up. Make sure you take advantage of that. Tomorrow, we've been hyping this up all week long. Royce Johns, Iowa country artist, will be doing his thing at the Iowa Music Showcase at Barnwired in Sigourney tomorrow, 11:30 to noon. Royce will be playing us some original tunes. He's got a new album out there. That's the cover that you're looking at right now. The new album cover for the new Royce Johns full album. So check that out. Make sure you stream and download and support our Iowa artists. But Royce Johns tomorrow at the Iowa Music Showcase at Barnwired, 11:30 to noon. See it in person or see it here on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. You know, I was just in at Barnwired. My wife and I had lunch at Barnwired yesterday. They were looking at us like, what are you doing here? It's not Friday yet. But Jim cooked us up some good stuff. And all the ladies at Barnwired took great care of us yesterday at noon. So that was going on yesterday. Got, let's see here, sports section coming up on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. at Brothers Market. Tune in for that. And then next week we'll have Keota Eagle basketball, as we'll be having our last regular season Keota boy-girl doubleheader. That'll be the makeup game against Sigourney. Sigourney at Keota next Tuesday. We'll have that on the air at 6 a.m. Or, excuse me, 6 p.m. They probably don't want to start playing basketball at 6 a.m. So next Tuesday, the 6th, at 6 p.m., we'll have the girls followed by the undefeated boys for Keota basketball next Tuesday evening here on Steve Shetler Media. Let's get to some good mornings. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Got Amber. Just saw Amber yesterday. Good morning to my number one fan, Alan Sellers. Alan, I'm still working on our Super Bowl tickets. I know you're wanting Steve Shetler Media to fork over the money to buy some Super Bowl tickets. I'm still collecting cans for that. If you see me in the ditches around our area collecting cans, that's what I'm doing it for, is the Super Bowl fund. Tamara, good morning from Oski Dental. Nancy, Jackie, Eloise, Kurt and Kathy, Sandy, Sherry, Dixie, Deb, Neil Crott. Oh, Neil. Sherry, Jan, Jeremy. All the way. I think Jeremy's out in California. So good morning to everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Neil Crott, I hope you're feeling better. I know you were a little under the weather yesterday. So, and Gina also just now tuning in. Let's see here. I think we got through all of our normal stuff. Let's go ahead and do some birthdays. Sing along with me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Man, I tell you what, I'm looking out the window right now. What a beautiful sunrise here in southeast Iowa. If I could take a picture of that sunrise right now, I would. In fact, I might have to leave the show here for a few seconds and take a morning sunrise picture. Got some nice pink skies out there. Beautiful. So get out and take a look at that. Good morning to you, Dan. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Birthdays for today. Let's see here. We've got broadcast journalist Bob Jameson of news fame on ABC and NBC turning 81 years old today. Also, Stephanie of Monaco, the princess, is turning 59 today. Let's see here. Pauly Shore. Buddy. Hey, buddy. Pauly Shore, the comedian and actor who hasn't really been relevant in 30 years. He's turning 56 years old today. I did see that Pauly Shore will be playing the role of Richard Simmons, fitness guru Richard Simmons, in an upcoming, what would you call it, like a biopic, a bio-documentary movie, Pauly Shore, with his curly hair. Lauren Conrad, reality star from The Hills, turns 38 years old today. MMA fighter, WWE wrestler, Ronda Rousey. Where is Ronda? Is Ronda wrestling? I can't remember where she's wrestling now. She's doing some pro wrestling somewhere. Anyway, Ronda Rousey is 37. And Harry Styles of One Direction is 30 years old today. So happy birthday to all of those fine folks. Let's see here. On this date in history, on the 1st of February, isn't it easy to just fall into the trap of saying February? February. It was on this date back in 1787. I say this this historic moment, especially for you, Neil Crott, who is watching on Twitter X this morning. It was on this date back in 1787 that William Herschel discovered the two moons of Uranus. I wish you were here in person, Neil. I could have told you that in person. The two moons of Uranus, discovered back in 1787. It was today in 1805 the Michigan Territory is created. Of course, you know, when it was created, they had the two territories. They had the Wolverine Territory and the Spartan Territory. Oh. My old man jokes, they never get old. I'll be here all week, folks. Today in 1861, Alabama became the fourth state to secede from the Union. Again, back in 1861 for that. Let's see here. 1878, milk is delivered in bottles for the first time. Remember the milkman? I remember when I was a kid, we had the old little metal box outside where the milkman would leave the milk. Milk delivered in bottles for the first time, 1878. It was on this date, 1935, aviator Amelia Earhart took off from Hawaii on the first solo flight ever by a woman across the Pacific Ocean. And they were just saying, yesterday, 2 days ago, that they may have found her aircraft. Today, 1942 in history, Japan declared war on the Netherlands. It was on this date, 1949, 3 inches of snow fell on Los Angeles, of all places. 3 inches of snow in L.A. Oh boy, working on a cough this morning. Today, February 1st, looking at the National Day calendar, today is National Dark Chocolate Day. It's also National Texas Day. God bless Texas. It's National Get Up Day. National Baked Alaska Day. What does that mean? National Baked Alaska Day. It's National Serpent Day. Eee, serpents. Stomp on those serpents. And it's National Freedom Day. Arr, America. And then February is also National Self-Check Month. Okay, I'm good. I have self-checked. And I'm good. I'm good to go. Let's see here. Things you need to know on this date. A new study claims that fasting will help reduce inflammation in your body, which in turn helps prevent chronic diseases, such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. Keep that in mind. Good morning to you, Billy and Billy. By the way, 2 different Billies in the comments. Things you need to know, Travis Kelce, because I know you can't get enough Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift news. It's just what you need. Travis Kelce voted the football star that Americans would most want as their neighbor. What a weird survey. Travis Kelce. You guys want him as your neighbor, evidently. Let's see here. With the Super Bowl coming up, Niners and the Chiefs, GameTime.co has released updated ticket price details for the game in Las Vegas. Currently, the lowest priced get-in seats are available for about $9,300, $9,309. That includes taxes and fees. That is down from about $10,000 on Monday. The top-priced seats are available for basically $38,000 each, which is down a few $100s from Monday, but still. $38,000 for one ticket to the Super Bowl. Insane. Let's see here. There's a new documentary on the way on Prime all about Celine Dion. It will not only trace her career, but also the disease that she is currently battling. Look for that on Amazon Prime TV. Let's see here. Wall Street Journal planning some layoffs soon. That'll be to restructure and attempt to be more profitable. So Wall Street Journal is downsizing. Speaking of Las Vegas, as you know, they are hosting the Super Bowl. Las Vegas's Sphere. Evidently, I don't know, that must be a venue where people play music, because people are wondering what is going to be next for the Sphere out in Las Vegas once U2 moves on. First up is a group called Dead & Company. What's Dead & Company? Am I that out of it that I have no idea what Dead & Company is? Must be a band. Followed by John Mayer. So if you're heading to Vegas, you want to see some overpriced entertainment, there you go. Drew Carey in the news. He did an interview this week. He revealed that he actually has tried to commit suicide a couple of times. When he was 18 years old, he tried. And in his early 20s, he also tried. So we are glad that he was unsuccessful. Drew Carey, glad to have him around. The Baltimore Orioles in baseball news. The chair and CEO, John Angelos, has agreed to sell the team to private equity billionaire David Rubenstein, in a deal valuing the club at $1.725 billion. That's $1 billion with a B. Almost $2 billion to buy the Baltimore Orioles. So, when you see the salaries of these athletes, these players in like Major League Baseball, football, basketball, and you think that their salaries are outrageous. I mean, just realize how much money is coming in to these teams. I mean, when you can sell a team for basically $2 billion, you have enough, and you're probably not even paying the players enough with the outrageous salaries that they have. So, yeah, keep things in perspective. Let's see here. Let's go out to Seattle, as putting batteries in the garbage is now illegal in Seattle. Are they talking like little AA, AAA batteries? Or are they talking like big car batteries or something like that? Which actually, car batteries aren't that big anymore. But let's see. Putting batteries in the garbage is now illegal in Seattle. In some food news, McDonald's in the UK is offering a special version of their McSpicy burger. I didn't know that was a thing. See, I'm so boring. I just go to McDonald's and I don't even look at the menu. I just get the same thing every time. It's one of two choices for me at McDonald's. It's the 10-piece nugget meal, or it's the double quarter pounder meal. Because I like McDonald's. I like McDonald's, but I like my specific McDonald's. McSpicy burger, made with Frank's hot sauce in the UK. So, spicy. See here. Getting back into Valentine's Day, Jimmy John's has brought back their red velvet brownie and red velvet cookie. So if you eat at Jimmy John's, you got that to look forward to. And then also, let's see here. Trader Joe's. I don't know where the closest Trader Joe's is. But the number one best-selling item at Trader Joe's is chili and lime-flavored rolled tortilla chips for $2.99 a bag. So you might want to check those out. It is time for Today's Impossible Question. Oh, today's impossible question. See if you can answer this. By the way, good morning to you, Bruce. And Jeff hanging out this morning. Thanks to everybody for watching and commenting this morning. Today's impossible question. Nearly 40% of adults say that they are now embarrassed by the first one they ever had. What are we thinking right now? Get your minds out of the gutter. Nearly 40% of adults say that they are now embarrassed by the first one they ever had. Any guesses? All right, thank you, Jan, for that information. 40% of adults say they are now embarrassed by their first resume. I don't have a clue what my first resume was like. It was probably complete garbage, but there you go. Sherry, good guess. Sherry is vying to be one of my top followers this week. She is I can tell, Sherry, you are going to be moving up the list this week. You are making the move. Alan and Bruce are going to be hard to beat. They are liking, commenting, and sharing everything. Let's see here. In some weird news.
That is weird.
In some weird news, travelers, this is actually pretty funny. Travelers in northwestern Minnesota, can shake off their trepidation about hitting the winter roads, knowing that Taylor Drift is clearing a path ahead of them. Yes, the snowplow, named after Taylor Swift, Taylor Drift, was the runaway winner of Minnesota's 4th annual Name a Snowplow contest. With the 8 new names announced on Tuesday, Taylor Drift got the most votes by far, nearly twice as many as the second-place finisher, which was Clark W. Blizzwald. So you got Taylor Drift, Clark W. Blizzwald. Let's see here. Other finalists were Dolly Plowton. Let's see here. Bayensley. You're killing me, Squalls. Fast and Furious, and Barbie's Dream Plow. Some of the names for the Minnesota Name a Snowplow contest. Taylor Drift, your winner. Let's go to Elmo. I'm going to make myself cough after that. When Elmo the Muppet innocently asked people how they were on X, formerly Twitter, thousands of users replied, sharing their grief and despair. Unexpected. All began with the casual question posed by the much-loved children's TV character Monday morning. That basically, Elmo said on Twitter that Elmo was checking in. How's everybody doing? And then he did the little Elmo dance. He asked this on Twitter. Now, so then there was basically a collective mental breakdown on the internet with answers like, Elmo, I'm suffering from existential dread. Somebody else says, every morning I cannot wait to go back to sleep. Every Monday I cannot wait for Friday to come. Every single day and every single week for life. So some pretty depressing answers to Elmo on X Twitter. But a little redheaded Muppet was not fazed by everybody dumping on him. Elmo responded on Tuesday by saying, wow, Elmo was glad he asked. He says, Elmo learned that it is important to ask a friend how they are doing. Elmo will check in again, friends. Elmo loves you. President Joe Biden agreed. He was like, come on, man. Sniffing a little girl's hair. He says, our friend Elmo is right. We have to be there for each other. Come on, man. Okay, enough politics. Interesting. Let's see here. Dolphins are trying to kill Barbara Manatee. Dolphins have been attacking the babies of their cousin species. Those mean old dolphins. Dolphins trying to attack manatees. This strange aggressive behavior has been spotted 10 times over the course of a couple of decades, with the large majority of instances occurring in the past 8 years, according to a new study. The dolphins were seen to target manatee calves that had been orphaned, as well as those still with their mothers. So we've got a battle of dolphins and manatees going on. Let's see here. Recorded off the coast of South America. Interesting. So, a manatee-dolphin battle going on. Let's see here. This is interesting. This is weird.
That is weird.
A strange noise keeping Tampa, Florida residents up at night. The thrumming. I wonder what thrumming sounds like. The thrumming is so loud that at times it sends tremors through people's homes in Tampa, this weird noise. A local scientist has come up with one possible explanation. I think it's not right. He says it's mating fish. You think that mating fish is going to make a bass noise so loud that it makes houses tremble? I don't think so. As it turns out, residents I don't know. I'm not going to read the rest of it. That's stupid. It's not fish. Has anybody seen that movie here that came out, back in January on Netflix with Julia Roberts and Ethan Hawke? You know, how the noises, the kids' teeth fall out. If you haven't seen that movie, what is it? How It Ends? Or The World Ends? Or something like that? It's that. That's what the noises in Florida is. That's my conspiracy theory. Let's go to Florida. Florida has threatened to punish any transgender person who tries to change the gender listed on their state-issued driver's licenses. Such individuals would be charged with trying to make a false ID. I mean, check your pants. Face up to 5 years in prison and $5,000 fine. The threat appeared in a January 26th letter signed by the Florida Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles. And then finally, in some weird... Let's see here. We got a lot of really good stories today. A woman fell into a dumpster while throwing out her garbage. I'm not sure where this is at. So she fell into the dumpster, was later rescued from the trash truck that had compacted the contents while she was still inside. Yikes. Kind of reminds me of that scene in the original Star Wars movie where they're in the trash compactor. Fire department officials in New Hampshire were telling this story. Luckily, neighbors heard her screams, and the trash compartment was equipped with a camera. The driver spotted the woman stuck inside and called 911. By then, the driver had reportedly compacted the garbage up to 4 times. Rescuers used a basket ladder to reach the top of the truck and lift her out. By then, she was standing, talking, yelling, but was not alert enough to answer questions. A neighbor tells the news that all you heard was screaming. She was in agony. The woman was taken to a hospital after Monday's incident, listed in serious condition after getting squished. Her name was not released, but neighbors said she was a 60-year-old resident. So, falling into a trash compactor and yelling for your life. That's kind of scary. Let's go ahead and do some law and disorder. In some disorder, let's go to Canada. Oh, Canada. Good morning to you, Melissa, Rachel, Nathan, John Deere Green. RCMP, what does that stand for? In Alberta, Canada, is asking for help, asking the public for help after a 500-pound taxidermy polar bear was stolen from a resort in Sturgeon County. Again, this is Alberta, Canada. Mounties, I am the Mountie. Mounties say on January 22nd, Redwater RCMP received a report of a break and enter to the Lily Lake Resort on Lily Lake Road in Sturgeon County. Police were told that someone had gained entry into the resort and stole a 500-pound taxidermy polar bear. With police attaching a photo of the massive bear in a news release, the estimated cost of the taxidermy animal is $35,000. They're seeking the public's assistance in aiding with the investigation. So if you see a 500-pound taxidermy polar bear popping up in like Facebook Marketplace or eBay, this might be it. This might be the stolen polar bear taxidermy. 500 pounds. How do you steal something like that? That is crazy. And some good news. Let's see here. Let's go to the Gulf of Mexico. The Carnival Jubilee cruise ship briefly gained 2 extra passengers in the Gulf of Mexico on Monday. Carnival says 2 men in a kayak were rescued after they were spotted off the coast of Mexico's, I don't know how to say it. The cruise line says the men were quickly rescued by team members. The men said they used the kayak to stay afloat after their boat sank. So a Carnival cruise ship saving a couple of guys. Also, in some good news, workers at a South Carolina recycling center spent hours digging through the contents of a bin to find a diamond wedding ring lost by a resident. The city of Greenville, South Carolina, said that Melanie Harper visited the Rutherford Road Recycling Center on Sunday, and her diamond wedding ring fell off her finger while she was depositing her recyclables into a bin. Those workers, again, spending hours going through the garbage, and they did end up finding the ring. So that is some good news. Let's go ahead. Should we wrap this up for today? Well, we'll get close to wrapping it up. Let's go ahead and go to the duh.
Duh. Duh? Duh! Duh.
In some duh. With 4 young children and a 5th on the way, Christina Stadelman in Oklahoma was ecstatic after qualifying for a $50,000 bonus for taking a hard-to-fill job as a special education teacher in Oklahoma. Now, she used the money to finish some home improvements, buy a new car for her growing family. But then a letter arrived from the Oklahoma State Department of Education. It told her she received the money in error and must repay it back quickly. Now, she says, I don't obviously have the money to pay it back by the end of February. She says, I came home the day I found out and just cried for 2 days straight. Again, she got a $50,000 bonus check, and they're saying that it was on accident. The errant payments, first reported by Oklahoma Watch, let's see here, and the repayment demands have Oklahoma's education agency drawing fierce criticism from both Republican and Democratic lawmakers, some of whom say teachers shouldn't be forced to give the money back. Average teacher pay in Oklahoma is about $54,800, which ranks 38th in the country. So we'll see how this plays out. Let's hope that a woman does not have to pay back that $50,000 bonus that was supposedly an error and she had already spent. I've got time. You've got time. If you're still hanging around, let's run through this real quick. Good morning to you, Rosemary. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Since Valentine's Day is coming up, we're less than 2 weeks now. The countdown is on for Valentine's Day. 10 ways to get Valentine's Day right this year. So take some notes here, especially you guys. Number 1 is to write a heartfelt love letter to your Valentine. Number 2 is to plan a surprise romantic date. Number 3 is to cook a delicious homemade meal. My wife doesn't want me cooking. We're going to go out. Number 4 is personalize a gift. Make something homemade, maybe, with love. Made with love. Number 5 is to take time to listen attentively to your Valentine. Number 6 is to surprise them with small gestures throughout the day. Number 7 is to offer a massage or spa day at home. Number 8 is to plan a weekend getaway. Number 9 is to show support and interest in the other person's hobbies. And number 10 is simply spend quality time together. All right, those are 10 ways to have a better Valentine's Day. Okay, so that'll do it. Once again, let's get a look at our forecast, which is always brought to us by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. And for today's sunshine, beautiful, a high of 52. I'm sure if you have a really big pile of snow nearby, it will survive the day, but it's going to go down dramatically today. Again, sunshine today and 52. All right, that does it for our morning wake up here on Steve Shetler Media. Again, welcome to February on this Thursday, February 1st. And you guys go out and make it a great day. Otherwise, we'll see you again here tomorrow at 7 a.m. Coming up a little bit later on this morning, we'll have the In Remembrance of video. We'll have the Sigourney Public Library video at 10 a.m. Great Outdoors with Laura DeCook at 4. We'll have the weekly pet from the Heartland Humane Society, and we'll also have the sports podcast video, Morgan You Asked For, at 7 p.m. So lots to get to today here on Steve Shetler Media.